Crack one. Pour one. We got the absolute vodka for UFC Atlanta, Fight Fiends. And we're back for another full card prediction show. $6 ready to rock. Sunday night. Got 13 fights. Current bout order. Let's get straight to it. Don't even like the video. Don't bother commenting until the $100 giveaway. We'll talk about last week's $100 giveaway winner once we get to that point in the video. It'll be at the end, so stay forecasted. We're going to run through each and every fight quick. I'll give you my pick, somewhat of a confidence level. If you want each and every pick, the confidence level, method of victory, if there's any fight changes, anything happens to get changed up, all the updates will be for Platinum forecasters only, $5 a month. You can link to Discord from Patreon. So like I said, any changes, any fight cancellations, short notice fighters stepping up, anything like that, you'll get notified if you're a Platinum forecaster. I won't be doing another full card prediction video this week, but I will be doing the Prop Fiend Show, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. So make sure you stay forecasted. We're starting it off with the first fight of the night, women's flyweight division here. And we got a Canadian, Jamey-Lyn Horth, 4-1 favorite versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Demopoulos is 36, but hey, Jamey-Lyn Horth, she's not that young either. 35 years old. Both these girls are pretty old. But Jamey-Lyn Horth has a 6-inch reach advantage. She's taller, and she went to a unanimous decision 5 months ago versus Miranda Maverick, who's fighting in the co-main event. So I think Jamey-Lyn Horth fought the higher level competition in her last fight. Talita Alankar got the win, unanimous decision, only 2 months ago to Vanessa Demopoulos. Looking like a PFL fighter, not quite UFC caliber. She is 11-7 now, pro. UFC record, not that pretty either. She is pretty. The prettier a girl usually doesn't get it done, but we still got to be careful. First fight of the night, she's a $4 underdog. First fight of the night, the underdogs tend to be more live in my opinion. You see them cash in unexpectedly first fight of the night sometimes. Maybe Demopoulos can dump truck her way to a win. But I got the Canadian, Jamey-Lyn Horth, getting it done in the first fight of the night. Medium confidence, maybe high. She is a 4-1 favorite. You got to agree with the bookies last week. I mean, a lot of 5-1, 6-1, 4-1 favorites. Nearly every one of them got it done. Hard to disagree with the bookies. You're not looking sharp disagreeing and taking these big underdogs right now. They're just not doing it. First fight of the night, though. These underdogs tend to be more alive. Now we're going to talk about the second fight of the night. I have this priced as a 50-50 fight. That's how I think it will be priced. Not sure the exact odds. Like I said, it's Sunday here now. And we got Phil Rowe fighting Ange Loosa. 10-4 Ange Loosa, 10-5 Phil Rowe. Both these guys, not the highest caliber fighters in the welterweight division, but they're both talented in their own way. Now, it's tough to really pick a side in this fight. I have a feeling Phil Rowe at Factory X has a game plan to get it done. He does have a 6-inch reach advantage, going to be the taller fighter at range here. He's been off for a year, an extra 2 months off. Ange Loosa, he's been off for 10 months. Both these guys fairly inactive in their career. Ange Loosa lost a decision to Jack Della Maddalena. He lost a decision to Gabriel Bonfim. Seems like a hard guy to finish. So I'm not taking Phil Rowe by finish in this fight. I think Ange Loosa might have the more finishing upside. Shorter fighter, packs a punch, more powerful. But for the pick, Fight Fiends taking Phil, the Fresh Prince Rowe, for the win here. Second fight of the night. Both inactive fighters. Not sure the odds. Hopefully we can get Phil Rowe at plus money. Like I said, he possesses a reach advantage. I think it's going to help him out huge in this fight to pace his way to a decision. Now, the next fight I don't see going to a decision. We got Ricky Simón, 21-6, opening up as a favorite versus Charles Jourdain, another Canadian. 16-8-1 is Jourdain, coming off a submission win to Victor Henry, but I don't think he's submitting Ricky Simón anytime soon. Ricky Simón submitted Merab Dvalishvili with a second left in that fight. Incredible stuff. This guy just came off a stone-cold knockout round 1 to Javid Bashrat. If he fights like that, he gets it done. Probably by knockout again. The stone-cold hands were there in the last fight. He was pushing forward, marching his way to the win. And in this fight, Atlanta, I'm going with the American. Not taking both Canadians on this card. Can't be too biased. Jourdain is an underdog. And Ricky Simón rightfully is a favorite after fighting the way he did in his last fight. Now, he did lose a couple fights. He's fought the higher level competition as well, in my opinion. So let's hope he can keep that momentum moving forward in this fight versus the Canadian Charles Jourdain. I think he can do it. Potential lock of the week. I do have confidence in Ricky Simón. I have confidence to take a bet on Ricky Simón. So I'm hoping and praying he gets it done in this one. Both of them have lost 2 fights. Won their last one. Yeah, their last couple fights, a little rocky, but actually Ricky Simón lost 3 in a row. He's 2-3 in his last 5. Jourdain 3-2 in his last 5. Jourdain losses come to Jean Silva, knockout uppercut, and a split decision loss to Sean Woodson. The losses for Ricky Simón: Yadong Song knockout loss, Mario Batista decision loss, and Vincius Oliveira decision loss. Jourdain just does not have the dog to get it done in this fight. A nice submission win to Jack Shore as well 2 years ago to Ricky Simón. Like I said, he can definitely stop the submission threat that Jourdain's going to offer in this fight. In my opinion, Jourdain is submission or bust, and I don't see him getting the submission. So he's getting busted to Ricky Simón. Next fight on the prelims, Cody Durden. Damn, 17-7-1. Underdog money here on him. Flyweight division fight versus Jose Ochoa. Second fight in the UFC for Ochoa. I'm not overly invested in him. I don't think too highly of him. Coming off a decision loss to Loner Kavanagh, someone that I do have a high stock in, or someone that I give a high stock. Loner Kavanagh, very good fighter, but Ochoa, prior to that fight, beat a guy 5-0 at the LFA, 4-4, 2-3, and he's fairly inactive, to be honest. I can't really trust him. The level of competition, being inactive, green in the UFC, not sure if he completely has what it takes. 10 years younger in this fight, lacks experience. Cody Durden's a dog. He's not like gonna be stupid in there. He has the experience. He is 2-3 in his last 5 fights, but a nice submission win, ninja choke to Matt Schnell. He was competitive in some of his losses. Joshua Van, decision loss. Bruno Silva, the guy that got knocked out to Joshua Van last night, knocked out Cody Durden, and Durden got submitted to Tagir Ulanbekov. Other than that, he had a nice win to Jake Hadley, unanimous decision. This could be the type of fight Durden gets it done by a decision with the experience. He's relentless, has a good forward pressure. I don't completely trust in the favorite, Jose Ochoa. He's not a huge favorite, so I'm not crazy going against him. The hell with it. On the prelims, give me Cody Durden. Right now, I don't have an underdog unless Phil Rowe happens to be the underdog, but I do expect that one to be a 50-50 fight. Yeah, give me Cody Durden. Underdog money, prelim fight here. I'm going to trust in the experience. Although he is 2 wins out of his last 5 fights, ain't doing great. I think this is a big step down in competition, and he is training at the American top team, Atlanta. Fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia. So it's a hometown advantage fight for the underdog. Born and raised in Georgia as well. I got to go with the American in this one. The underdog, Cody Durden. Let's get it done. Malcolm Wellmaker gets it done. He gets the win, improves to 10-0 here versus Kris Moutinho. Zombie kid fought Sean O'Malley with that lime green hair. And he survived. He looked alright, but he really is a human punching bag. Got knocked out early to Guido Canetti 3 years ago, his last UFC fight. Went on and beat a bunch of bums, 4 consecutive wins, 5 consecutive wins on the regional scene there. But this is a massive step up in competition. Yeah, he's fought guys like Sean O'Malley, but he's been a human punching bag for the most part, and he won't survive round 1 in this fight. You look at the last fight with Malcolm Wellmaker, he went above expectations, in my opinion. In this fight, a huge step down in competition compared to his last opponent, Cameron Simone, who I would rate much higher than Kris Moutinho, making a UFC return after 3 years. Just setting him up for a loss here. In no world does he get it done as a probably $6 underdog. I don't think these odds are correct, but I expect him to be $6, $7, maybe $8. Kris Moutinho, and not worth a stab, not even worth looking at. Malcolm Wellmaker will have his way and get this fight finished in round 1 by knockout, and it's going to end really quick. I would say 20 seconds max. 20 seconds max for Wellmaker. He gets it done. Bet him round 1 and parlay round 1 KO. You could bet him round 1 KO. That's a more risky approach. Take the round 1 if you want to be a little safer. However, I'm almost certain Kris gets knocked out round 1. So it should be a safe play. Round 1 KO. Like I said, $6 to $8 underdog is where I would cap Kris Moutinho in this fight. There's just no way. There's just no way he gets it done. Wellmaker gets the win in emphatic fashion, 20 seconds or less, with those fast hands, accurate strikes. Next fight you can expect to see hit the floor. Submission for both of these fighters in their last fight. Michael Chiesa won his last 2 fights. He also submitted Kevin Holland. So he's not done yet. And Court McGee, 40 years old, I thought he was done. I'm not going to lie. He won a fight off 3 losses in a row. Home soil. This is a spot where he just does not get it done either. As an underdog here, Court McGee, I mean, he beat Tim Means, but other than that, lost to Alex Morono by unanimous decision. Knocked out by Matt Brown. Knocked out by Jeremiah Wells. His only win before that was Ramiz Brahimaj, the guy that beat Billy Goff. Give him credit. Court McGee, give him credit. 40 years old, he's still kicking the can. But for how much longer? Michael Chiesa is pretty good, although he did not submit Kevin Holland. He got submitted by Kevin Holland, and then he submitted Tony Ferguson. Easy money. Got the win versus Max Griffin in his last fight. Can he get another submission win? Potentially. Probably not, though. Court McGee, 13 losses. Not many come by submission. Not one of them come by a submission. 10 losses for Court McGee are by a decision. So I would say Michael Chiesa uses his grappling, control time, huge takedowns to win this fight. Maybe he's a quicker striker as well, being 3 years younger with the height advantage, only like 2 inches taller. But yeah, I think he has the cardio late in this fight as well. As a favorite, you should be able to trust him. Court McGee, though, he is an old dog, 40 years old. Just in my opinion, not a favorable matchup for him on the end of his career. And I can't be chasing the dogs on these old fellas. You know what I'm saying? Like, not many of them at the tail end of their career are going to get the job done. Kurt Halaba hurt me a couple events ago. I can't take Court McGee on the prelims. The last underdog opportunity on the prelims could be in this next fight. Paul Craig, 17-9-1 versus Rodolfo Bellato, 12-2-1. Off a draw to Jimmy Crute in a fight that he didn't look that good. He got taken down round 1. And Jimmy Crute had top control. Usually Paul Craig's on bottom. On his back. Being a jiu-jitsu nerd. Unfortunately, he could have top position in this fight, which is why I'm going to take him to win. Now, if you don't remember, this fight was scheduled to happen a couple weeks ago. Paul Craig was the pick for me, and I bet him at $6. I had a bet at Paul Craig $6. Unfortunately, now the bookmakers have him at $3.75. Odds going down to $3.50, $3.25 range. Unfortunately, the bookies are onto it. They let the fight be priced a little too wide the first time. Somehow it got canceled last minute. Now they're fighting again. And I'm going to stick with the pick, honestly. Give me 2 underdogs on the prelims. Cody Durden, Paul Craig. He gets it done here. Higher caliber fighter. I know he's lost his last 3 fights, is it? He lost to Bo Nickel, but Bo Nickel would beat up Bellato as well. Caio Bahaio, he would beat Bellato every day of the week. Every day of the week. Monday through Sunday. Brendan Allen. I know Brendan Allen. Not where we thought he would be in his career right now. 2025. Middle of 2025. I think Allen's coming off a loss. But he had momentum. And he also submitted Paul Craig. And I also think Brendan Allen right now would beat Bellato. Being honest, man. I'm being honest. Paul Craig, on the feet, not the best. I understand that. But his last win was by knockout, Andre Muniz. Unfortunately, Muniz is a grappler, submission or bust type of guy. And Paul Craig showed his striking, showed that he was working on it, and he was able to showcase it. I don't think he's going to showcase his striking in this fight. Obviously, Bellato's the better pick by knockout in this fight. Maybe round 2 knockout is how he gets it done. But I'm going to be ballsy, and I'm going to be the one to take Paul Craig to get the win. I'm playing a sprinkle bet on this one as well. By a submission. Clearly, it's a path to victory for Paul Craig. 17 wins for the Bear Jew, and 13 of them by a submission. Now remember, this is the type of guy, Paul Craig, with a 100% finish rate. He's never won a decision, so if there is value there, you could definitely see me putting a bet on Paul Craig via decision as well. Bellato as a hedge bet. I did it last time, I'll do it this time. He likely can knock out Paul Craig. The chin of Paul Craig can be tested, and it can be cracked. Likely can't recover if he gets hit that hard, so probably round 2 would be the official call for a Bellato knockout. Paul Craig knocked out 5 times in his 9 losses. Not too good of a chin, especially at his age right now, 37 years old. Bellato, the younger fighter, 29. He should have the youth to get it done, but he hasn't fought anyone incredible. No one with experience. He beat Ior Potieria, pinned the tail on the donkey. He got that one done. And then he fought on Dana White's Contender Series before that. This is honestly his 3rd fight in the UFC, and he's fighting a guy that beat Magomed Ankalaev. Last second of the fight, submitted him. Paul Craig has some nice wins as well. Credible wins. Like Nikita Krylov, a round 1 submission win via triangle choke. The nice win to Jamal Hill. Arm injury round 1. Broke his arm. Snapped it. Jamal should have tapped, but it was a TKO. Shogun Rua, 2020. And you have some other fights like Kennedy Nzechukwu, the Magomed Ankalaev fight. Paul Craig is a guy I'm not counting out on the prelim headliner here in Atlanta. A Scottish fighter, Brazilian fighter, You don't have an American, so the crowd could be on either side. With what I had last time initially, sticking with it. Hopefully he gets a submission win versus a guy I don't trust. I really don't trust Bellato, especially as a 6-1 favorite, which was the price originally. That was crazy. Crazy odds. Yeah, the odds lately have been pretty wild. Not gonna lie. But let's see if we can capitalize. I know a lot of these favorites are gonna get it done. Unfortunately, though, 4 for 5 on the locks last week. Took all favorites. Not all of them are gonna get it done. Not all of them. This week, we can refresh and get revenge off 6 weeks not hitting the locks of the week. Now we're going to start it off with the main card where opportunities are going to arise, but we still have to be smart, manage the bankroll wisely if we want to be successful long term. Can't be digging ourselves a hole. If we're losing consecutive weeks, we got to make sure we're cutting the bankroll back, managing our spending on these events. Some of these events, you don't have to bet on every fight. You don't even really have to make much bets at all on the entire event. 1, 2, 3 bets on some of these weaker cards would be a good thing to do. Unfortunately, though, some of us are degenerate. We all have degeneracy in our blood. Let's just cut the bankroll back a bit, lower the wager size when we're not winning until we get everything under control. Now, this week on the main card, as a 4-1 favorite, I would think Oumar gets the control he needs to get this win. 11-0 undefeated, France fighter, looking like a promising prospect, 29 years old, 8 years younger in this fight versus Alonzo Menifield, who is honestly looking like he's on the tail end of his career. He can't really motivate himself in the fight to push forward and get it done. He's fighting a guy with a big reach advantage now, so you know it's going to be hard to get into boxing range and land the shot. Menifield does have power. He's showed it before. He has good takedowns. He's defensively sound, but he will struggle to land volume in this fight, lacking that kind of reach advantage. I'm trusting in the price. 4-1 favorite. Give me the France fighter. Oumar to win this fight. Remain undefeated and get this win. First fight on the main card. Potential finish, but he can just grind it out via decision like he did in his last fight versus Dawoon Jun. Dawoon Jun, he is a good fighter, durable, well-tested, and Oumar passed expectations. Maybe he could have got a finish in that fight. Nonetheless, he should cover as a 4-1 favorite. Menifield is another fighter just like Dawoon Jun. He is tough to finish. So right now, early in the week, I'm not sensing a finish in this first fight on the main card, although the favorite should fly his way to a win with ease. Now the next one, Cody Brundage, pretty big underdog here, but he's 11-6, and I thought he should have been cut long ago. I'm being transparent. I'm calling a spade a spade. Cody Brundage gets the weirdest wins. The weirdest. Someone punched him in the back of the head, he gets the win. He somehow gets a knockout slam win when someone's trying to submit him. He gets the easiest matchup in history versus a guy that's 9-5 and knocks him out round 1, of course. Now he gets, of course, his punishment, as always. Get punished. Get punished. Now he fights really, really good guys. He never wins. Mansur Abdul-Malik is the next guy they're handing him. Undefeated. Power. Specimen. Has fought credible guys. Nick Klein in his last fight was a good win. The win on the Contenders Series was also a good win. Another 6-1 opponent, Wes Schultz. His debut went through Dusko Todorovic like it was easy work. And every other fight on the regional scene, he's made easy work of them. But hey, 2-2, 1-0, the level of competition prior to the Contender Series and the fights in the UFC are trash cans. He's passing the test. That's all that matters. And Cody Brundage is the type of guy that gets handed guys like Bo Nickel. And we can go back even further And look at his losses to Cedric Dumas, unanimous decision. Rodolfo Vieira, arm triangle choke round 2. Mikhail Olazechuk knocked him out round 1. Nick Maximoff, not even in the UFC anymore, beat him by a decision with the takedowns. We already know Mansur Abdul-Malik can get the takedowns. He's going to smash Cody Brundage in this fight. If it's not a round 1 finish, it's a round 2 finish. And it's another walkthrough to the win column. He's going to win a lot of these fights. Starting out his UFC run, I think they're going to hand him a lot of layup fights, I guess is what we call it. He's going to get a lot of those. And this is just another, let's take advantage and make sure we lock him in this week. Mansur Abdul-Malik. Easy money. Easy money. Now, this fight is a closely contested fight, closely capped fight, but I don't know if the bookies have the odds correct. On the other hand, Raoni Barcelos, as a favorite, is 38 and coming off a win to a young, hungry, powerful, accurate Peyton Talbot. Talbot was a type of fighter with the momentum and hype behind him, honestly, that I thought would walk through a guy like Raoni Barcelos. Unfortunately, I was wrong. Barcelos can bang it out, 38 years old. He's still durable. He still has heart, and he wants to win fights. He's fought guys like Oumar Nurmagomedov, fought very good guys throughout his career. In this fight, can't really count him out. Hard to fade him as a favorite. Bookies obviously like him in this one. Barcelos can still bang.
Hey. Let me bang again, man. I let you bang. I let you bang. Let you bang. Let you bang.
He can still bang it out. 38 years old. Cody Garbrandt. He has faced defeat lately. A loss to Davison Figueiredo. And then he's also lost some other fights. He has 6 losses, 14-6. Not a pretty record anymore. Former champion, though. And it's just the chin, 4 knockout losses. Rob Font, unanimous decision win. Unanimous decision loss for Cody Garbrandt. Unanimous decision win for Rob Font. But yeah, Kai Car-France knocked him out round 1. Pedro Munoz knocked him out round 1. TJ Dillashaw knocked him out round 1. First time around, TJ Dillashaw knocked him out round 2. And he suffered all these knockout losses in the span of 3-4 years. So the durability of Raoni Barcelos, in my opinion, is better. And we're going to take a shot and cheers to the official call on this fight because I don't really know what I'm going to do. What do you do? Cody Garbrandt beat Trevin Jones 13-9 by a decision. Brian Kelleher, round 1. Kelleher's 24-14. Yeah, it's not 2020. It's not 2017 anymore. And Barcelos just beat a promising prospect, Peyton Talbot. Proved he's still got game. He wants to bang it out, get the win. I'll trust in the favorite here, and I expect him to grow as a favorite off that big win to Peyton Talbot. Once people recuperate from last night's fights and look at this event, I think Barcelos will be a parlay piece for some sharp bettors. We'll see what happens later in the week with the odds. Pick could change right now. Give me Raoni Barcelos. Now the next one, I'm taking the favorite, Edmen the Golden Boy Shahbazyan, to knock out Andre Petroski, a guy that can't strike. The Renzo Gracie Philly team struggles in the striking department, and I think in this fight we really see that. Petroski's the type of guy that's never really had power on the feet, showcased his striking. He got knocked out to Jacob Malkoun, Michel Pieta. He has 3 losses, and every one of those are by knockout. 2 of them are in round 2, and this fight could end early. With the height and reach of Edmen Shahbazyan, he knows how to use it. into his favor. Now, it's nothing crazy in this fight. 2 inches, if anything, but he's 5 years younger. He has had a tough career in the UFC, a nice layoff, time off, came back a new man, Edmen Shahbazyan 2.0, but we've seen him struggle recently. Thankfully, he got a win to Dylan Budka, made easy work of him as he was supposed to do. Now he just has to do the same thing in this fight versus a guy that has been knocked out 3 times in each and every one of his losses. And he's also a guy in Petroski. Petroski is a guy that beat Dylan Budka by a decision, unanimous decision. A unanimous decision in his last fight to Rodolfo Vieira. A unanimous decision win to Josh Fremd. A split decision win to Gerald Meerschaert. So the last 4 wins for Petroski, all close decision wins, and he never dominated his fights. Every loss, he gets knocked out. So I gotta go Edmen Shahbazyan, a guy with 12 knockout wins, 11 of those in round 1. So I expect a round 1 quick and early finish in this one by Shahbazyan, the Golden Boy. Like I said, tough start to the UFC career. He won 4 fights, lower caliber fighters, taking steps up in competition. His last win on that win streak was to Brad Tavares, a head kick round 1. After that, took 3 losses in a row, 2021, 2020. It was to Imavov, Hermanson, and Derek Brunson. Knocked out in 2 of those fights. Look at those guys now. Look what Brunson done in his career. So you can't really get mad at him over those losses. He came back 2023. He lost, got knocked out again to Fluffy Hernandez. He got submitted to Gerald Meerschaert. Unfortunately, in 2024, that's what I'm talking about. We've seen some recent adversity he went through, and he struggled. But we've seen flashes of the round 1 power, knocking out AJ Dobson, Dylan Budka. Dalcia Lungambula knocked him out round 2. So like I said, it's a decision win with the grappling from Petroski. If not, it's the official forecast coming through hot, golden, shining like a shooting star. Shahbazyan, round 1. KO is the official call for the Fight Fiend. 5 years younger. He needs a big win. Not even a big win. He doesn't need a big win yet. He needs to collect a couple wins. In his last 8 fights, he's won 3 of them. He's been going win, loss, win since 2021. He needs to collect a back-to-back win, and I think it happens in Atlanta. Taking a look at where these fighters are from as well, we got Shahbazyan, born fighting out of Las Vegas, United States. Doesn't say where he's born on Tapology. Petroski, like I said, Pennsylvania native, fighting out of Renzo Gracie, Philly. Shahbazyan, where is he from? I'm going to look it up. Just in case. He's from Georgia. And we're like, oh yeah, he's an absolute lock this week. Shahbazyan. Edmen. Shahbazyan. Where were you birthed? California. The Golden Boy. Should have put that reference 2 and 2 together there. I knew that. Californian. Edmen Shahbazyan gets it done here. Now we're talking about the co-main event for about a minute, because Rose Namajunas, as a favorite, should walk through Miranda Maverick, who's coming off a win to a girl opening up this event on the prelims. She's not fighting and beating very good girls. She's not a former champion, hasn't fought former champions. This is her biggest fight to date, and I don't think she gets it done here with her grappling and wrestling threat. Now, obviously, Erin Blanchfield got it done with the wrestling and grappling threats against Rose Namajunas in that last fight, but it was a close fight. It was a 5-round fight, if I'm not mistaken, and this time around, I think Rose is more motivated for a win. She's not looking to collect a couple losses right now. 32 years old, in her prime, 13-7, record not really able to collect another loss it wouldn't look very good. So I have to trust in my girl, Thug Rose here. She won 2 fights off 2 losses. A close split decision loss to Carla Esparza, a unanimous decision loss to Menifield, and then she beat Amanda Ribas, unanimous decision. And then she did the same thing versus Tracy Cortez, 2 high-level wins there. Unfortunately, lost her last fight, could not make it 3 in a row. Blanchfield off, got it done, and I was taking Erin Blanchfield to beat Maycee Barber just 2 weeks ago there. In the main event, Erin Blanchfield is pretty good, and I think Blanchfield would walk through and submit Miranda Maverick. Let's take a look at Miranda Maverick. In her 5 losses, each of them were by a decision. A very tough girl to finish with a split decision loss to Maycee Barber, a girl we just talked about, and a decision loss to Erin Blanchfield in 2021. So potential rematches in the future. She has a unanimous decision loss to Jasmine Jazzu DeVicious, our Canadian as well. A decision loss to a girl 9-4 in 2019. And she lost to Brogdon Walker, 5-0 at the time, 2018. Wow. Tough girl to finish. Won her last 4 fights. Jamey-Lyn Horth, Diane Barboza, Andrea Lee, Priscilla Cachoeira. I don't see her getting past Rose Namajunas. I just don't. Thug Rose, co-main event, as a favorite. Rightfully so. Let's get this money. We got one hell of a main event again this week. Last week it didn't go our way. That's all right. We're going to stay positive, keep predicting these fights, entertain, give out some free money, and handicap yet another fight. I got to handicap each and every fight, each and every event. So, of course, I'm going to have a couple picks wrong, a couple bad reads, and a couple outright horrible nights. We've seen a couple bad nights from me lately, and I'm sorry for that, but thank you everyone for staying forecasted, putting their faith in me. Let's take another favorite on this event. The favorites have been hot lately, and Buckley is also on a tear right now. He's looking like a future world title challenger. He's fighting a former champion who has not fought in a year and 7 months now, who has bad knees, who is getting older in his career, past his prime, can get taken down. We've seen him taken down to guys that aren't even wrestlers. A guy that can wrestle, a guy that can throw ground and pound, a guy super hungry and motivated to win should be a clear pick and lock of the week in this fight. Main event fight. I know what the UFC is doing here. They're trying to boost up Buckley, and looking at how juiced he is. Now I know Kamaru Usman is juiced as well. Both these guys, probably the best guys in shape in this division. Both of them are physical specimens. Both of them hit like a truck. These are 2 guys that possess a lot of power. But with the wrestling, takedowns, control time, I see Buckley making an impact in this fight, getting it done. I trust in his cardio. I trust in his striking, his volume as well. He's an underrated fighter. Although the bookies are onto this one, he is a 3-1, pushing to a 4-1 favorite in this main event fight in Atlanta. It's going to be a good event. 13 fights. Sunday. Things could change. Things have changed. Crazy shit has happened. So join Patreon, $5 a month, and I will update you. And I'll give you each and every pick with the confidence level method of victory for only $5 a month. Like I said, any cancellations, any updates, Platinum forecasters get notified for only $5 a month. Each and every bet each week is there with the Platinum bet sheet. I'm doing a Zodiac forecast, decoding these fights as well to the best of my abilities. It's really just for fun right now, having fun with it, trying to find some numbers and codes, stuff like that, star signs. It's not working out. It's just for fun. But yeah, if you want the bets, the picks early, confidence levels, method of victories, DraftKings lineups, line movement tracker, it's all for a cheap price of $5 a month. I'm not overcharging for the picks and bets. You can have all the bets for $5 a month. I'm looking to make my money off my bets that I'm making. So I'm posting big wagers, not just little bets for $5 a month. You're going to get your money's worth. Hopefully on this event in Atlanta, we get our money's worth. So make sure everybody pour one more shot for UFC Atlanta. Make it be that absolute vodka kind, my favorite. And let's crush this event. Like I said, 6 weeks in a row with the locks not hidden. So I'm going to take some time this week, post the locks for Platinum forecasters only. I'll let people know on the Prop Fiend show, on Instagram later in the week, on Discord later in the week what the locks are, what the dog of the week is. But nothing official yet. Just giving you the picks, and I'll do a giveaway after I rip this absolute shatsky. So for the $100, another hit for the Husky Hustler. Unfortunately, 3 people commented. 3 people, Frank Bush, Bryn Ray, Husky Hustler, were the 3 that commented to win $100. Easy giveaway. Comment your lock parlay, hashtag F3, plus 100 odds or above. Unfortunately, the community does not want to comment. The comments have been pretty slack. I think one week we had 5 comments. Most weeks I see 3, 4 comments. People watching the video not even commenting or wanting the $100 I'm giving out. So the $100 giveaway is officially coming to an end. It's over. It's done. 3 people commented to enter to win $100 last week. After giving out $100 week after week after week. Let me show you the wins. Bryn Ray won 3 weeks. Now she won $300. Husky Hustler is 3 weeks now winning. That's $300 collected. Frank Bush collected $100. And there's been a couple other winners as well. So that's almost $1,000 given out on this giveaway. And last week I had 3 comments. Absolutely pathetic. Please don't even comment on the video. You're not getting $100 this week. Even the people commenting, I'm sorry. It's a great opportunity for you guys that are being loyal, being consistent with this giveaway, commenting. But yeah, the giveaway is no good with 3 comments. No competition, the same 3 people each and every week, who I appreciate a lot. But I thought I would see a little bit more algorithm, a little bit more excitement, appreciation for the $100 giveaway. So yeah, we're ending that shit. It's over. Prop Fiend show as well. I said once we start talking about the props, I'm giving it $100 to the first comment in the live chat. There was a bunch of comments in the live chat as soon as we were in the intro talking about random shit. As soon as we started talking about the props, we had one person comment. It was Draft Goon. So thank you, Draft Goon. You won yourself $100 last week. Husky Hustler won himself $100 with the $100 giveaway. This was the giveaway. Comment your lock parlay on the Full Card Prediction show with hashtag F3. And the odds have to be above plus 100. In a giveaway tiebreaker, the greatest odds would get the win. We had a tiebreaker a couple weeks, and the greatest odds got it done. Now, if you didn't win $100, I'll bring back the giveaways very soon. But this week is just a reminder that I was doing $100 giveaways the last 8 weeks, and nobody really gave a shit other than 5 people out of 300 listening. It's pretty sad. And we should be having more than 300 people listening with over 1,000 subscribers, with doing it for almost 3 years now. It's a little sad with the lack of algorithm views that I have been getting. But we got to stay positive. We got to refresh after each and every bad week. We got to learn from the losses, manage the bankroll wisely, and just keep doing our thing. I appreciate everybody staying forecasted, staying loyal, putting their faith in me. Much appreciated. I'll do more giveaways in the future. Don't you worry, Fight Fiends. So stay forecasted. Prop Fiends will be back Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I will do one more $100 giveaway this week on the Prop Fiends show. Same thing's going to go down. As soon as we start talking about the first prop of the week, not during the intro, I'm giving it $100 to one person. First comment in the live chat as soon as we start talking about the props on the Prop Fiend show will win $100 this week. That's your chance. That's your opportunity to get the win. Easy win. Free money given out the last couple weeks. Thanks to all the Fight Fiends and forecasters commenting, liking the video, and being a part of a great community on Discord. You can join the links in the bio below if you have not yet. Make sure you do it. Hit the links in the bio below. Discord, Patreon $5 a month, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Telegram. I'm telling you, hit the links in the bio below.